How to go from where you are to where you want to be. How money moves. And I explained to you, right, how money moves. Money, commerce is happening around you every minute of the day. It's happening around you every minute of the day. It's moving. You could either attract it or repel it. And just like this money booth right here, it's flowing around you. You could just stand there and do nothing, or you could reach out and grab it. And this weekend, we're going to show you how to do that. Oh, wrong button. So, it's not necessarily about the money. It's really not about the money. And I'll explain what I mean. It's about more than that. It's about having a passion. Because if you just wake up every morning to train clients, like Steve Hawkins says, or just for the money, you're never going to achieve what you really want, what your calling is. You've got to have goals. You've got to have a dream. And you've got to wake up every morning to achieve your dream, right? I don't wake up to make money. I wake up to see more of the Dustin Mahers and the Leanne Ellingtons and the Sams and every person here, because there's nothing better than getting Facebook messages from Jeff over here and say, hey, I just launched, I learned this little strategy on Facebook, and I penetrated this group of soccer players, and all of a sudden my list grew. Yeah, I know, penetrated. I don't know what's going on. I'm a mess. Yeah, destroying mothers and penetrating groups. Perverts. You're right. That's right. You're right about that. John Thompson. Where's John? Are you here? John Thompson. Yeah, oh, there he is. Hey, stand up for a second. 21 years old, right there. That kid right there. 21 years old. He's the most awesome dude ever. In Bakersfield, California. Not necessarily fitness capital of the world. He's a Fit Body Boot Camp owner and did $13,000 this month at the age of 21. Good for you. Good for you. So proud of him. So proud of him. Hard worker, takes action. So the point is, it's not about the money. You wake up to achieve your dreams. You don't wake up to train clients and make money. And if you don't have dreams, write your dreams down and be specific. You don't just want to live in a big house. I want to live in a 4,000 square foot house on a 1 acre property on Medner Lane. And I said that, and we achieved that. And before we owned it, I would drive down the driveway, and the people inside the house would look at me all weird. But now we own it, and those of you in the mastermind will be there in July, and we'll have a good time. So it's not about the money. Know that. To me, it's about freedom to do what I want, when I want, as often as I want. It's about my kids never seeing the inside of a daycare. Never. I was a latchkey kid. When we came from Armenia, I was 6 years old. And tomorrow you'll see pictures of me, the foreign kid, when I was in clothes that my mom knitted and the bowl haircut. But anyways, I don't want my kids to be a latchkey kid. I want my wife to raise our kids. I don't want them to ever see the inside of a daycare. It's about never having to clock in or clock out, for someone to stand over your shoulder and say you did that wrong, or we were tracking your keystrokes and you went on Facebook and you did blah, blah, blah. So what? So what, You should be able to do what you want, when you want. We're not designed to be managed and handled. You know what I mean? We're not. We're designed to be free. And we're in the best industry ever. We're in an industry where we make more than doctors, attorneys, accountants. We change lives. We impact people. We save marriages. I personally save marriages. Raise your hand if you've saved a marriage. Right? Yeah. Yeah. For whatever reason, someone's confidence wasn't there. I've had a woman walk in and say, my husband's thinking of leaving me and I need to lose X amount of pounds. Wow. Wow. Ironically, we got the husband on board and we did group training. Their life completely changed. We change lives, man. What other industry? You don't have to wear a suit and a tie. No. And your clients are totally cool, right? Most of them are super achievers because, let's face it, you're not going to afford boot camp or personal training if you're broke. So they have exciting lives. You get to learn from them. They're like mentors. You're surrounded by mentors. Do you know that? Most of your clients are that. Probably mentors. So find out, what's your reason why? Is it freedom? Is it your kids? Is it not having to clock in and clock out and someone to breathe down your neck? I worked at Disneyland, and you've probably heard this story before, but my sideburns were just a tad below my earlobe. And I'm working at Disneyland, cooking up the food, Main Street, Carnation Cafe on Main Street. It's busy, busy. And all of a sudden I feel like a pen. There's a pen to the side of my face, and I look. What the fuck is this? And it's my manager, Kathy, and she goes, we're going to dock you pay, go across the street to the locker rooms, and shave your sideburns up and come back. I was a fry cook, guys. I was in the back. Really? Really? How about I go across the street and never come back? Disneyland means completely different things to me than it does to you. Like, I go there, I have a rage, smash windows and tip the horses over. That's a mess. Yeah, don't ever take me to Disneyland. So what does success mean to you? Is it the car? Is it the mansion? By the way, that's the Playboy mansion. Or is it the girl throwing water, which is supposed to be freedom? I don't know. I typed in freedom on Google and that's what came up. But figure it out. Figure it out. And the more meaningful it is, and less shallow, the more likely you are to achieve it. And you know what? Nothing wrong with having the Ferrari. Sam's got one. I go through cars left and right. But also have the bigger goal. So, how to get it? There's two ways to get success: mindset and strategy. That's it. You got to have a game plan, a strategy, and you got to have this mindset of domination. The mindset is this: things are going to need to change, right? You've got to change some things in your head in order to achieve the success that the guys and gals in this mastermind group have, and some of the most successful people that you know have. Your belief systems about money, that money is bad, that we don't talk about money. So when you grow up in a family like I did, where people work and have jobs, you always run out of money before you run out of month. And so mom and dad never want to talk about money. And so it becomes like this taboo subject. So your belief system about money, that money is evil. No, it's not. Money is a vehicle to freedom. And if tomorrow they said playing cards would buy me the freedom that I want, keep my kids out of daycare, get me the property that I want, allow me to put on an event like this and give away a car for a year, I would start collecting playing cards. I would find a way to get playing cards into my bank account, or rocks, or marbles, whatever that vehicle is. The mindset of scarcity. So many people live in a mindset of scarcity that there's not enough to go around. I need to hoard it. And if you live in that mindset, that's exactly what happens to you. You start wanting for things, and you realize that I can't have it. And it's like that law of attraction, right? The guy that gets the bills in the mail, and the more he dwells, oh shit, more bills, and the more bills he gets. You got to change your mindset about greed. There's plenty to go around. Plenty to go around. If you live in a mindset of greed, change it. The glass ceiling. Some people are of the mindset that I'm only qualified to earn X. You know what's funny though? Leanne, I was driving to Blockbuster Video, taking a video back, and Leanne texts me and she goes, oh my gosh, I had my first $1,000 day. And when you have your first $1,000 day, guess what you did? You just changed your mental set point. Like Steve said yesterday at the Fit Body Bootcamp World Conference, when the 4-minute mile was broken, boom, 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 back to back. Everybody else started breaking that record, and the record before, and the record before, because now I believe that I can change or I can achieve that, right? Someone else did it. Seeing is believing. I could do it too. She had her first $1,000 day. Ironically, now, she's blown it up. She broke through the glass ceiling. New set point. So you've got to know that if others are doing it, that you can do it. That you're not just limited to X amount of thousands of dollars per year. You're not. Negative self-talk. This is horrible. And you know what? We all have some inner doubt. There's days I wake up with holy shit, how am I going to be able to put on a summit this big? Am I really doing this right? We all have negative self-talk. The difference is, do you stay in it or you just shake it off and you go, look, like everybody else, I'm human. I have a little bit of doubt in myself, but you know what? I'm not going to dwell on it. I'm going to acknowledge it. It's there, and I'm going to go do something proactive. I may not be able to put a giant step forward today, but I'm going to take a step forward today towards it. And when you do, just like a marathon, you put the next foot forward and the next foot forward. Before you know it, you've done 26.2 miles. Sometimes you're running, sometimes you're jogging, sometimes you're walking, but you did it. But if you're always moving forward, it's people who stay in the state of negative self-talk and beat themselves up in this inner conversation that happens in your head. That I don't deserve it. I don't think I can do it because I'm lacking this. There's that one secret that they have that I don't have. Bullshit. We're going to give you the secrets. There is no fucking secrets. You want to know the secret? There is no secret. You work hard. You do what we say because it's proven over and over and over and over again. And if it fails because this one thing that worked here doesn't work in your city, don't go, well, hey, I tried that and it failed. What do I do now? Try the other 52 things we've asked you to do. That's it. That's it. I failed more than all of you put together probably. I love to fail. The more I fail, the more I succeed. I love it. So don't be afraid to fail. That's it. You only fail when you give up. Otherwise, failure is just a way that it didn't work. That's it. Guess what? Oh, dead end, new road. That's it. That's it. But if you stay in that dead end, what do I do now? What do I do now? What do I do now? You failed. That's what you do. So, and of course, the mentality of now is not the time, waiting for that perfect time. Don't ever wait for perfect. Just get it done. If it's good enough, get it done. One thing we talked about in our info group, just get it done. Get it out there. Yeah, but I don't have an upsell yet, and I don't have a back-end sale, and I don't have a continuity program once they buy the initial product. Who gives a shit? Let's just sell the $47 ebook today. I want you to wake up, look at your iPhone or your BlackBerry, and go, holy crap, I sold books when I was sleeping. You know how amazing that feels? Who cares about the upsell and the back-end sale? We'll plug that in. Who cares about I don't have an army of affiliates yet? We'll get that. We'll get that. So the now is not the time yet is not the right mindset. Now is the time. There's no better time than now. You got to get it done now. So what I'm really saying is don't be a loser. I mean, that's the only way I can really say it. It's just, look, no negative self-talk, no doubt, nothing wrong about having money. You help others. If I didn't have the money, I couldn't send out 800 Closed Clients DVDs. Remember around Christmas, I was like, hey, I'm going to hook you guys up with a Closed Clients DVD, just pay for shipping. Well, by the way, we ended up losing money on shipping too, ironically, because I forgot about the international orders that cost more, but who gives a crap? My point is it felt good. Or when I gave away 1,000 blogs, I love doing that. You should love doing that. Give away shit to your clients. Get them to love you, get them to like you, get them to talk about you, get them to become your biggest fans. Right? Lindsay says it best. Get them to drink your Kool-Aid. The t-shirt. Go back to that blog, the t-shirt. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go to ptpower.com. It's the second post down. By the way, if you go to ptpower.com on your break today, you're going to see Josh Carter naked in video. I swear to God. Am I right, hon? Right? Yeah, you're going to see Josh Carter naked. So, and hopefully we can cue it up later today and show that video. It's like an epic 3 minutes. Yeah. Then again, I think I'm going to have 300 plus clients after that video. Like everybody else, the 30,000 trainers on my list are going to unsubscribe after that. So, oh well, I think it's just a small intimate group now. So the mindset is damaging beliefs become damaging habits become damaging actions. It's just like that because your subconscious leads your conscious mind. And whatever you believe, you're like, Bedros is up there full of shit. He can do it, but I can't. You know what, guys? I'm not that sharp. I'm not that sharp. I promise you. Those of you who have sat in a car with me know how easily. So, there's somebody in here, I forget who. I was parked in front of a taxi that was parked. I was like, where's the parking lot? I'm just stopped. Somebody was with me. I forget who it was. And I'm like, and I realized it's a parked car. It's a parked taxi. There's no driver in it. And I'm just waiting for him to move. Like 2 days ago, out there. I do that all the time. I get lost with GPS. Don't I get lost with GPS? I get lost with GPS. I got stuck in the desert. My car sank. Like, we were out in the desert. The ambulance stopped by and gave us Gatorade and said, drink these and watch out for the rattlesnakes. And good luck. Tow trucks wouldn't come and pull us out because I thought coming home from Vegas, I could beat everybody else in traffic by taking that little side road. What I didn't realize is it's like flour. It's not even dirt or sand. So my Tahoe just like poof. I went like 100 yards on this dirt road and then poof. And I opened the doors and like the sand fills in. And it's like me and my wife. And we just had gotten married then, right? And like people are just driving by. Hey, you all right? Yeah, can you get a tow truck? No? All right, thanks. Like we're in the Las Vegas desert, in the Mojave Desert. Like I'm not that smart. And so if you think, well, Bedros can do it, but I can't, bullshit, you can probably do it better. I know you can. I know you can. Don't be cynical about it. So your level of success and failure is directly connected to the actions you take. So your belief system ultimately dictates your actions. The mindset. Why are super successful people the way they are? The people they surround themselves with. They surround themselves with people that are pushers. You know what I mean? We are surrounded by crabs in our lives. Could be your parents, could be the aunts and uncles, brothers and sisters, friends from high school that you no longer connect and jive with, but feel that once a month you got to do the obligatory Starbucks thing. But when you're with them, you walk away with like, no energy. They're like vampires. They suck your energy. Change your circle of influence. Surround yourself with people who have more energy, that are making more, that are impacting the community more. Because water seeks its own level. And your personal income is the average of the 5 people you hang out with the most. So you want to increase your income? Hang out with people who make more money, who have a better mindset. And you start thinking like them, acting like them, processing information like them. You see opportunities that the rest don't. That's the difference between the 7-figure people, the mastermind people, the big achievers in the world, the Donald Trumps. What's the Branson guy? The Branson? Richard Branson, thank you. Yeah, Sir Richard Branson. So, they're action takers. The successful are action takers. You will get nothing from this weekend if you take a bunch of notes and just sit on it and do nothing, right? But if you take action on these notes, guess what? You're going to achieve the results. They're goal-oriented. Set yourself a goal. Set yourself a goal. Set a timeline. And tell yourself that if I don't achieve this goal, this is what happens. And I'm going to give you an example. Last Saturday, Sam, was it last Saturday we ran that 5K? Yes. Okay. I was going to do a blog post. I haven't had a chance, so I'm just going to tell you guys here, and then I'll do the blog post next weekend. All right, I'm going to tell you something. Look, I'm not a runner, first of all. My wife runs marathons, and I decided to do one marathon with my wife. So I'm going to do one marathon. I'm not a runner. Is Jill here? Jill? Jill, the runner? No, she's not here. Okay. She's in the info group as well. And so I set a goal that I'm going to do the San Diego Rock and Roll Marathon in 2011, June of 2011. And then there we are at the info group mastermind a few weeks ago in Vegas. And Craig Ballantyne, you guys know Craig Ballantyne, he's one of the guys that I have teaching the group with me. And he gets in front of the group and he's like, you know what, if you have a goal, you've set yourself a goal, cut all your deadlines in half. I'm like, you know what? That guy's right. He looks a little shifty. He looks like the Verizon guy, but he's right. So while I couldn't cut the June 2011 date in half because I wanted to run to San Diego, I realized the next closest thing to half is like, hey, it's this June. It's coming up. We're 8 weeks away at the time. Now I'm like 4 weeks away. So I call up Jill. I'm like, Jill, you've got an info product that we're building for you, how to be a better marathon runner. I want to cross the finish line. I want to cross the finish line. Not necessarily next to the Kenyan, but I want to cross the finish line. How do I do it? She goes, here's your workout plan. Go. Here's your running plan. The first day, I swear, when I was running, I thought I was leaving like footprints in the concrete. This little old lady like floats right past me. All right? And I'm like, but anyway, my point is, I just did like 8 miles the other day, and it's like the first time I've ever done 8 miles, and I'm supposed to build up to 12 miles. I'm going to do this marathon. So Sam goes, hey, I'm running a 5K along with my manager and my sales guy. Want to come do it with us? Sure, that'll help for my training. So last Saturday, we get out there at 7 a.m. in Montclair, and we do the 5K, and we had a great time. And afterwards, I'm like, hey, by the way, I know it's like for the Diabetes Foundation. I'm like, so you donate to the Diabetes Foundation? Is that what it is? He goes, no, it has nothing to do with the Diabetes Foundation. We did not meet our sales goals this month. And so me, my manager, and the sales guy are going to experience pain every time we don't achieve our goal. And a pain for an accomplished bodybuilder who moves weight is running, right? Yeah, right, running. And I'm guessing they're going to, and now this is 7-figure Sam. The guy always hits his goals, but when he doesn't, they all will experience pain. And when he does, I know how he parties. Like, they all have a good time. So there's also a reward when they achieve their goals. So set goals and achieve them. And be specific with your goals. Be deadline driven. And if your deadline is like, I'm going to do this like 6 months from now, really, cut all your deadlines in half. Cut them in half. You'll achieve it. And have higher expectations of yourself. You know, like, we're capable of achieving so much, like the mom who, like, the car tips over and it's like the car is like on the baby and she has this like super duper strength to lift up the car and hold the car up with one hand and swoop the baby away with the other. Like, we are capable of extraordinary things. So have higher expectations of yourself. Do it. So what do you need to know? You got to reprogram your mind by staying away from the crabs in your life. by acknowledging self-doubt and negative self-talk and stopping it, and instead saying, you know what, I'm a winner, I'm a champion, I can do it. Not, hey, if I can create this ebook, then my wife doesn't have to have a job anymore. You say, when I create this ebook and when I achieve $12,000 a month on a consistent basis, my wife doesn't have to work anymore. See how much more specific? Not ifs, when I do this. And you program and reprogram your subconscious. But guess what? We were all born with like hard programming. We're like a computer. Mom and dad, for better or for worse, programmed us the way we are. And no matter what, if you let yourself go, you're going to go back to your original hardcore programming, man. And if it's shitty, you're going to start self-sabotaging yourself. So you got to always think about reprogramming. Always recalculate your bearings. It's like this iceberg right here. Your conscious mind is just that much, that much. Your subconscious mind, that secondary conversation you're having in your head, that's what dictates what your conscious mind does. Look at that, and it really is that much, like that iceberg. The ship doesn't crash into what's up there, the ship crashes into what's down there. The subconscious mind completely controls all of your actions. The movies you watch, the experiences you have. When you go and you listen to the talking head on TV tell you that the economy's bad, that because we have a Democrat instead of a Republican, or the Tea Party, or this, I don't give a shit who's sitting in the White House. Let's just make sure no other buildings blow up. Let's make sure the dude in the cave is caught. That's it, that's it. Their job is to stress you out, the news people. To stress you out, to freak you out. That's their job. And if you allow them to get into your subconscious mind, and then you watch the 10 o'clock news at night, and then you go to bed with that last thing in your head, your subconscious mind starts working on you, and you wake up and it starts feeding your conscious mind into self-sabotage. Because the last thing you heard was the economy is bad, the dollar's dropping, and I think 4 more planes are headed towards another building. Great, great, disaster. Me, I don't even have a fucking TV. Well, we have a TV, it's a giant TV, but it hasn't worked for a year now. Good, it broke and we stopped using it. Josh is shaking his head because he loves TVs and big, giant electrical stuff. When you come over, maybe you can take a look at it. Because really, you know, we do the Netflix, and so here's a funny thing. I'm going to tell him, I know it's goofy. We get the Netflix, and I got my MacBook. It's like the 15-inch MacBook. We set it in front of us on the couch, and we're watching. I'm like, hey, want me to put on the big screen? She's like, yeah. You want high def, baby? Yeah. Just scoot it closer. That's it. I really do that. You want to see that movie in high def again? Watch this. Let me turn up the contrast. Well, you know what? It works. It works. So understand your subconscious controls your conscious mind. I know, right? I make all this money and I don't have a TV. Babu. The mindset. So successful people are, they're givers. Give back. Give back to your community. Don't be a hoarder. Give back to your community. Give back to people that have helped you. Say thanks more often. Acknowledge others. Do things for people who you know could never, ever, ever, ever repay you. Have you tried that before? Doing something for someone who you know could never repay you? That feels amazing. And when you start thinking about others instead of yourself more, you become a giver. And when you do that, Zig Ziglar says, the more you give people what they want, the more you'll get what you want. So I believe that. I'm a simple guy. Someone might go, oh, listen here, guy. That's just bullshit. He has this great line, and he stands on stage in front of big auditoriums, and he says that. But you know what? For me, I'm a simple guy. I don't analyze it. Guess what? Zig Ziglar, I think he's a cool dude. He's this old, old man who's got so much life in his body, and he goes, the more you give to others, the more you get. All right, I'm going to start giving. And I did that. I started giving 11 years ago. My life changed. I stopped being a prick. Guess what? My life changed. Live in an abundant mindset. There's always more available. There's not a lack of money. It's there. It's around you. You grab it, you stuff it in your shirt. By the way, how much did you get? 44! Austin still holds the record. They understand how money moves. The successful people fail often. Remember, you're not a failure if you get up and try it again. You've only failed if you stay down. They look and find opportunities where other people would say there is no opportunity. And the best example I can give you is, and I read this in a marketing book, I forget which book, otherwise I'd tell you the name of the book. There's a crowd of people standing around, car accident just happened, and they're watching, gosh, what happened? And, you know, to everybody else, it's just a group of people rubbernecking watching a car accident. But to this one guy, he sees the opportunity. He sees the lady with the bag underneath her arm. She's totally unaware, and he knows he can grab her bag. He sees the guy with the watch, and he knows he can swipe that watch, da-da-da. Maybe a bad example in this marketing book, but the point is, like, there's people who see opportunity, right? Who see opportunity and take it, while others go, there's no other opportunity. There's all types of, you know, at-home workout books. There's all types of this. There's tons of products for women, right? Burn fat for women. But there's only one female fat loss over 40. So it's like, well, gosh, I'm going to create another fat loss product. But what do? What if we niche down to what Shauna did, female fat loss over 40? And guess what? Sam trains a lot of Chino and Chino Hills housewives. Late 30s, 40s, 50s. He promoted her product. She made sales. He made commission. It's a targeted niche product. She sought opportunity and she found it. Successful people are productive, they're busy, they're proactive, solution-oriented, right? Always learning, applying, testing, tracking, and tweaking. So if you fail at something, it's not that it didn't work, it just didn't work for you. Try something else. And they attend events, they join mastermind groups, coaching groups, programs, doesn't matter what. And I really stress that, and I think tomorrow you're gonna hear from Joe Polish. I pay him $25,000 a year to be in the 25K group. And every time I go to one of Joe Polish's mastermind meetings, I learn so much. I sit in the same room with Dean Graziosi, the guy that sells that book on the infomercials that looks like a young guy with the glasses. I just spit all over myself. Yeah. Dean Graziosi, like How to Buy Homes with No Money Down. I get to pick his mind. I'm like one of 10 people in a room with Dean Graziosi, this other guy that I can't mention his name, and all these other heavy achievers, and I get to pick their mind. Do you think I walk away with like killer information? Do you think I would have access to them in any other way? Probably not. And because of that group, Joe Polish, being the ultimate connector that he is, has connected us, me and Chris McCombs, with so many people that has helped us make this movie, Add to Cart, which we're going to release. The movie's about the subculture of internet marketing that we're going to release later this summer. I mean, talk about connections made, opportunities achieved. One of the guys I'm in there with, we're doing a multi-million-dollar product with. Holy crap. All because I happened to say something that impressed him about the internet, and he's all about offline direct response, and I happen to know this one thing about the internet, about conversion, and he's like, holy crap, we need to work together. And we met, and we're gonna. So you've got to put yourself in groups where opportunities exist. So the strategy, because that was all the mindset. The strategy, don't just be another trainer. Be more. Don't offer a free consultation. Offer a free body diagnostic. Offer irresistible offers, like stack the bonuses, unconditional guarantees. Put yourself under the gun. You deliver results, right? You're a badass trainer. Unconditional guarantee. Do it. It'll help you easily get 10 to 15 more clients per month. And so what if twice a year somebody says, I want my money back? Who cares? That year you ended up getting like 40, 50 new clients. Give two people their money back. Who cares? Stand out. Be different. Have a cause. Mike Sorrell. Can you stand up for a second? You guys remember Mike Sorrell from Summit 07 and 08? There's a guy with a cause. What's the name of your foundation? Excellence Through Exercise Foundation, and it helps children, right? In like grade school children, elementary school children. Thank you. Like, he was at one point just another trainer, like all of us. Today he's got this foundation, and when I go to Facebook, it's like, wow, this giant organization that we've all heard about donates money to his foundation. Like in Whittier, in his neck of the woods, like this guy's a champion. A champion. Like there is no other trainer. You go to Mike Sorrell or you go to nobody else if you want to lose fat and gain, get fit. Same thing with Sam. Those of you that have been to Sam's studio, it's not in Chino Hills where the money is. It's across the freeway in Chino and across the street from a men's prison. I swear to God, Chino State Prison. In the Snoop Dogg song where he talks about he's been in Chino, that's the Chino State Prison he's talking about. But he's put all the other personal training studios in Chino Hills out of business. And all the housewives in their Escalades drive across the freeway to Sam's studio to train with him, pay him tons of money because he's positioned himself. Because when you go to Johnny Rockets, there's a Sam menu. When you go to Lucille's, you learned about Lucille's because you went to his blog and he did a whole video blog post with the manager at Lucille's. Like every restaurant in Chino Hills pretty much has like a Sam item because he took the time to interview the managers and the owners of these restaurants and he exposed them on his blog. And now those managers were so, thankful and, grateful for what he did, create a product, right? The fitness menu item. Like what other trainer in Chino Hills has that? So be unique, stand out. Get involved with local charities. Create a legend about yourself. Be extraordinary. Every year, Sam runs the Chino and Chino Hills' Biggest Loser contest. The mayor comes out to give away the plaques to the winners. He gives away thousands of dollars. Be unique. You don't think the media comes out to cover that? Or Dustin Maher has been on like over 70 different news broadcasts with ABC, NBC, CBS. Over 70 of them. Obviously because he does something unique. And every time I watch him, he brings his most fittest client, and he brings that little power band thing, and he wraps it around the client who's in awesome shape, and he goes, she used to not be in awesome shape. She used to be, this is her before picture. And now he holds onto the band, and this lady is probably, late 40s, 50s, doing these super sprint squats and da-da-da-da-da. And everyone's like, holy shit, he's unique, he's different. So they put him on TV. And then he gets a lot of money from it. And he gives back. It's so important to do that. Host the Biggest Loser contest, and then be a connector. Be a connector. When you're a connector, when you connect this business owner with that business owner because you're like, hey, you know what? You're the tanning salon and you're the day spa, and I think you guys should talk, and you connected, and then you help both of their business grow because you connected them, they both have a sense of loyalty and reciprocity towards you. And now, all of a sudden, they're going to give you business. They're going to refer to you. They're going to put your lead box in their business. And when every client comes through, they're going to go, hey, by the way, did you put your name and information in that lead box to get that 1 month of free boot camp? If you didn't, you should. That's the way a lead box works. It shouldn't be tucked away behind the counter, behind all this other stuff. The lead box should be front and center, and they should be excited about promoting your business because you connected them. Be a connector. Know everybody in your community. Know everybody in your community. And build a massive, responsive list. Very, very important. An email list. It's so important. The end. Thank you. Yeah. So,